Well, hello guys, it's your boy Dark Raikou with part 2 of What If Issei was the son of the Demon Lord. Part 2. But yeah, I already said part 2 in the beginning, didn't I? I don't care. But not the point. There's a part 2 of this What If. So let me begin into this What If, and yeah. But not the point. Let me begin into this What If. Let me shut the fuck up. No recaps, because, yeah, not been 1 month. Been like 2 days, I think so. But not the point. Let me begin. If I stop burping. But not the point. Let me go into this what if, and yeah. So, we begin into mostly Issei being at his house. This is where, well, Issei is right now asleep. And this is where, well, he is just catching up on some Z's because tomorrow is going to be the fun rating game of his life. Well, mostly the first and probably the last. Well, the last for someone else. He's gonna cripple someone so badly that they won't be able to ever play in the rating games ever again. This is where, well, he's right now taking a nap, and this is where when he wakes up the next day, he wakes up at like, what's it called? Like 9, well not 9. He wakes up like 8:30, and this is where, well, he gets up, and of course, he feels like his arms are, well, unable to move. This is where he's confused. He looks to the side of him. He mostly looks to the right of him and sees Sona. And of course, this is where she has 0 clothes. And when he looks to the left of him, he sees Rias with 0 clothes also. This is where Issei's face was kind of confused, mostly confusion, until he started kind of like shaking the sleep out of his eyes and realized one thing. Wait, what? This is where, well, he's right now, all his face is red, but he managed to like wiggle his arms out. But of course, he's right now at the edge of his bed. Right now, just confused and shocked and wondering why Sona Orius is right in his bed and of course having 0 clothes. Issei is just shocked, terrified, and the wild. This is where, well, Drake says, "Interesting, kid. You know, you should start with both of them. That'd be good." This is where he says, "Hey, shut up." Nope, disconnect. This is where Drake says, "Oh, come on, you brat. Seriously? That fast? You gotta disconnect me already?" This is where Issei said, what are they doing here? This is where Issei covered up his nose because he's actually feeling like blood is actually running through them. This is where, well, the both of them starts waking up, and this is where they say, "Is it morning already?" Most of Ria said in a very, like, yawning tone. This is where, well, Sona says, "I guess it is." This is where, well, when they open their eyes, they see Issei right now at the edge of his bed, or mostly at the edge of his bed. This is where Issei's about to fall down. Issei is like covering his nose. This is where, well, he's trying to stop himself from not bleeding. Sona says, "Well, hey, Issei." This is where Issei says, "Do you two have no shame? What the fuck are you two wearing 0 clothes?" This is where, well, they said, "Huh?" This is where Sona looks down and realizes she has no clothes. This is where she gets embarrassed, and this is where she grabs the sheets of, well, Issei, and of course, just kind of put them around her. This is where Ria said, "Oh, come on. I thought you would like the sight." This is where, well, she says in a very seductive voice tone. This is where, well, Issei said, not the point. Still, what the fuck are you two doing here? This is where Issei realized one thing. He's not really holding onto anything behind him. This is where he actually falls down, smashes his head in the back. "Ah, son of a bitch!" Issei screams. This is where, well, Issei says, "Ah, damn it." This is where, well, he has a bump in his back head. This is where Ria says, "If you want, I can heal you. But I can heal you through my body." This is where Issei says, "No, I can heal on my own. I'm a goddamn error." Not the point. Still, do you people have no shame? This is where, well, he hears footsteps coming towards his room. And this is where Issei says, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." This is where Issei grabs a jacket and just throws it, well, tries to throw it upon what's it called, Rias, which it did manage to land on top of her. And this is where, well, Issei realized that Sona is, well, still in plain sight. This is where Issei says, "Cover yourself up." This is where, well, they look at him confusedly until, well, his dad opens the door and says, Issei, breakfast is ready. And I see that your two fiancés are well with you. This is where, well, Sona's face becomes a little bit red because she's still very dumbfounded with the whole fiancé thing. This is where Issei's face is completely red and just shocked and dumbfounded. And this is where, well, Ryu says, oh, hello there, Yami-sama. This is where, well, Yami says, don't be too formal with me, Rias. After this whole rating game, you can call me, well, father-in-law. This is where, well, she says, okay. This is where, well, Issei and Sona just looks at her with this dumbfounded look, like, really? No. This is where Issei says no, and this is where Sona says, really, Rias? This is where, well, Yami says, you can call me also that, Sona. Besides, you are going to marry my son. Probably if you don't like it, you can probably go find someone else. This is where Sona's face becomes red and say, about that. This is where, well, Yami says, oh, so you don't like my son, do you? This is where Issei says, yes, of course. Why would she like me anyway? This is where, well, she should marry someone who she likes. This is where, well, Sona says, no, that's not the case. I do like Issei-kun. This is where, well, Issei's face becomes red and saying, what? This is where, well, Yami says, okay, just to know, let you three know after your little fun in the morning that, well, the breakfast is ready, okay? I'll let you sit in this room after your fun. This is where Issei says, huh? What? Issei's face is nothing but red, and this is where Issei says, oh no, you've done, you fucking asshole. This is where he tries to grab the door, and of course, it feels like a force field he just kind of smashed into. This is where a lightning force field, and this is where he says, motherfucker, let me out of my room. This is where Yami is just walking out. This is where, well, Issei says, you mother. This is where, well, Drake, in his mindscape, managed to say, I managed to connect back with the willpower I have. And all I say to you, my good gentlemen, well, mostly my host, is go get some, boy. Go. This is where Issei says, disconnect. Drake says, go. He disconnected me again. Drake is saddened, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, oh god. This is where, well, Rhea said, oh, so he did let us have some time. This is where she kind of gets closer to Issei. Issei says, no, get the hell away from me. This is where, well, Rhea says, aw, so you're gonna just let me not, well, kind of have fun with you? Besides, you are my fiance after, well, you defeat Riser. Issei says, I feel like I don't want to defeat him no more. But then again, it's my father's orders and I can't just go against that. This is where Issei is so damn confused. This is where Issei realized, Azia! This is where, well, both Rias and Sona just looks at him confused when he says Azia. This is where he says switch magic. This is where Azia appears, and this is where Rias says, huh? Azia says, what? She was right now eating pancakes, and of course she has like a fork, a pancake, and a knife. This is where Issei says, oop, this was the wrong spot. He then sits in his own spot. This is where Yami realized that that necklace, yes, was a switch magic that has on it, like a circle of magic. He realizes after a while, after, well, Azia got teleported towards the room. This is where he snapped his fingers, and of course the barrier that was in the door already disappears. Mostly shatters, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Yami looks at Issei with these disappointment look eye. This is where Issei says, what, bastard? What were you thinking anyway? What, you thought I was going to, like, go ahead and make them both mine, or what? This is where, well, mostly Yami says, yes, that was a plan. Pervert. This is where, well, Yami says, well, I might be a pervert, but you're also a pervert. No, I'm not. I'm nothing like you. Really? Okay. What about the two fallen angels? This is where, well, Issei says, what are you talking about? Oh, don't play dumb with me, little Issei. Little Issei-kun. I'm talking about the two fallen angels that are basically the daughters of Azel, the general of the fallen angels. Well, he says Governor General of the fallen angels. This is where, well, Issei said, about that. Y- How did you even... Drake taught me that one time when you were asleep. So, don't get... Don't hide little secrets away from your father. You shouldn't do that, Issei. This is where, well, Issei kind of just has a shocked expression. And this is where, well, Rias and the others are kind of walking down, even Azia. Azia is a little bit angry and pouting because she wasn't eating her pancakes. This is where Issei looks at him with just shocked expression. This is where, well, his father says, don't worry. I will somehow try to convince the general, or mostly the governor general of the fallen angels, to see if he will allow to marry his daughters with my son. So that will make your life a lot easier, shouldn't it be? Issei say, what? No! This is where, well, Issei is stuttering. This is the first time you ever see Issei kind of stuttering, because Issei doesn't really stutter, he mostly kind of fakes it. But mostly this is an actual shocked expression, and of course he's nervous around his father and his evil desires about him. So his evil desires about his love life. This is where Issei's trying to calm his father down. And this is where, well, the others manage to come downstairs. And of course, this is where Rios is eating pancakes. Sona's also doing the same. Issei is right now blushing a lot. And of course, he has no time to eat pancakes because they're now off to school. Issei says, I hate my dad. This is where he says so quietly. This is where Sona managed to hear and even Rios. Rios kind of grins at Issei with this kind of like lovely kind of grin. While Sona just kind of sympathizes with what's it called, Issei, most of the time. Because, well, she also hates her father at the same time. This is where, well, she also hates her kind of sister, but yeah. This is where Issei said, God, it sucks. I hate my life. This is where, well, Issei said, oh, well, that's right. Issei then gets back up and says, well, there's no time to whine about it. I'm gonna kick the shit out of Riser today. Before I do that, I'm going to the store. This is where Issei goes to what's it called, the store first, to legit go get a drink, but yeah. Also, Issei starts hearing music, but yeah. This is where, well, he gets to the, well, mostly school and all that. He's right now drinking a Coca-Cola, and of course, the Drink Nation. Not sponsor, okay? But of course, this is where Issei is drinking that, and of course, this is where, well, he's also hearing music called Warzone, mostly made by Josh A, but yeah. But this is where, well, we go into Issei kind of getting to school, and of course, the whole day going on with just a lot of shit. But this is where Issei, after school, he is going towards the rating game. This is where, well, he gets towards, well, Rias and what's it called, the kind of like where mostly the occult research club will be at. Of course, Issei, since he's the king and the only king, he doesn't really have a peerage. But of course, the rating game still goes on because Surzax allows it. This is where, well, multiple high-ranking devils are actually seeing Issei now. This is where they see a brown-haired boy with brownish eyes. Of course, wearing absolute, well, black clothing that has like a white, mostly white line around it, but yeah, like this. This is where, well, most people are just confused. How is this guy a king? He looks like a regular human, most people say. This is where, well, we go into mostly a sitting room with, well, Sir Zax and what's it called, the other 3 demon kings, but yeah. We go into another sitting room with 4 kind of fathers. Now, of course, it's Sona's father, Ria's Grimory's father, what's it called, Riser's Phoenix father, and of course, none other than Yami Shiro is also there. Yami Shiro says, hey, what's it called? This is where Yami says, Ziaticus, Grimory. It's been a while since the last time I saw you. Then again, it's been really a while. This is where, well, Ziaticus says, Yami Shiro, why are you here? This is where, well, Sona's father says he's here because his son is right now in the rating games beating the shit out of, well, Fledger's son. Now, I'm gonna call what's it called Riser's father Fledger, but yeah, fuck it. This is where, well, Ziaticus says, wait, what? This is where Fledger says, shut the fuck up, you goddamn, what's it called, mostly Doesn't work well. He says, shut the fuck up, Citrus. Doesn't work well. The person now known as, well, mostly the last name of the clan family, Citrus. His name is Soy. What the hell did I call him? You know what? I'm gonna call him. No way. I'm gonna call him Shin Citrus. This is where he says, shut the fuck up, Citrus. This is where, well, Shin replies saying, oh, I'm sorry, Fletcher. Who's the one right now with his stupid retarded son fighting against Yami's son? This is where, well, Fletcher says, oh, you want to go there? At least I don't have a This is where, well, Shin actually right now just exploded with this much mana, saying, call my daughter death and I will fucking murder you. I will extinguish those damn flames that you're so damn proud of. This is where, well, Fletcher says, bring it on, you fucker. This is where, well, Zetra says, so Yami, it's been a while. It really has been a while. So, this whole marriage thing between you and Fletcher's, yeah, that shit's gonna be thrown out the window. This is where Zetra says, what do you mean? Then who's my daughter gonna marry? My son. This is where, well, Zetra says, when did I ever agree about this? Well, you didn't agree about this, but mostly Sir Zax did. Damn it. This is where, well, I just smiled at what's it called. Well, Zetra says, huh, that's a very smart boy you have there, but yeah. Zetra says, I somehow believe he would have done something like this. Don't worry, my son is powerful enough and can make your daughter feel great. This is where, well, Zetra says, don't say things like that right in front of me. This is where, well, he always says, what? Am I wrong, though? Zetra says, probably you're wrong, and I just don't care. This is where, well, both, what's it called, Shin and Fletcher are fighting. This is where, well, Fletcher says, fuck you. This is where he makes a giant fire attack. This is where Shin also makes a giant water attack. And, of course, where Yami says, darkness style, black hole devour. This is where, well, a black hole appears right next to Shin's like magic attack and even Fletcher's magic attack and just absorbs him in an instant. This is where, well, Fletcher was smashed into a wall. This is where, well, Yami says, both of you shut the fuck up and watch the game. Also, Fletcher, you better cry me that fucking river or cry me those damn phoenix tears because I'm gonna need them after my son kicks your son into the next fucking universe. Maybe he kicks him into the fucking dimensional gap where all I give a fuck. I hope your son dies because I don't give a fuck. You better cry me that damn river now. This is where, well, Fletcher just grits his teeth against Yami. Yami says, what? Are you angry that because I easily absorb your attack? I can easily kick your ass right the fuck now. Do you want me to try? This is where, well, Shin sits down and says, it's better if we just see the game. My daughter did prepare all this for the host screens and other things for people to watch. So it's better not to destroy this place. This is where Yami says, I agree. Sorry about that. Yami sits down, of course, with this empathic look and looks toward the screen. This is where Fletcher sits and says, ugh. He's right now trying to heal the, what's it called, kick that he just received towards his, like, rib cage. This is where, well, he's trying to replace back the bones into his rib cage and just glaring at Yami. Yami looks at him with an empathic look. Well, kind of. He didn't even look at him entirely. He just flips him off with his middle finger. Just left middle finger and says, fuck off. This is where, well, Fletcher just looks at the screen. We now go back into Issei. Issei is in the ORC. ORC. And of course, this is where, well, he is ready to fight. This is where, well, everyone else, mostly from Rias' group, she did try to ask Issei if he needed help. Issei said that he needed zero help. Even though he was looking like he was cocky, he also looks like he didn't really need help. This is where, well, Rias tries to beg for Issei if he needed help. This is where, well, Issei says, nope, not at all. Not even a single hint of doubt that he can't take out some bird brain. This is where, well, we go into Issei. Issei is now going outside the mostly the ORC, the research. Oh wait, no. It's the OFC. Wait, no. The RS. No, the RCO or the Research Occult Club. I think so. Or OCC. I don't remember. But of course, this is where Issei is going straight towards mostly the middle, just walking. And of course, this is where Riser says, go after him. This is where, well, all 8 pawns, 4, what's it called, not 4, 2 knights, 4, what's it called, not 4, goddamn, I'm forgetting about this. 2 knights, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, and also like 8 pawns are rushing towards him. Except for Rabble, so of course it'd be 1 bishop. Rabble is staying next to her brother. This is where, well, they are all going towards Issei, and Issei is right now seeing the army rush to him. The miniature army just rushing to him. Issei looks at this army with an empathic look. This is where, well, Issei's eyes right now went into a bluish color and then a reddish color. This is where his hair goes white and black. This is where, well, Issei then just summons out a sword, Demon Slasher. This is where he summons out another sword, Yamato, Demon Cutting. Well, what's it called? Not Demon Cutting. He says Yamato. This is where a bluish sword appears. Now the bluish sword looks like this way. This is how the sword looks like, the Yamato, but yeah. The Demon Slasher looks like a katana with the red kind of color in it and just fully black, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei has both of those swords out. The Yamato looks like a longer katana, with edges sharp and all them other things. But of course, this is where, well, Issei's magic seems to explode it and just releasing some power out. This is where, well, he rushes out, what's it called, all of, well, the 8 pawns when they are promoted to queen. And this is where Issei says, Demon Slasher. Oh, well, this is where, well, Issei swings his Demon Slasher first in front of him and says Equator Slash. Well, he says anti-demonic Equator Slash. This is where he easily cuts through the 8 pawns in an instant. This is where, well, Issei then sees, well, a knight rushing at him, and this is where, well, there's a person with like armor and it's right now swinging down a huge sword. This is where Issei blocks it with Yamato and then cuts through the blade. And this is where, well, the knight just easily gets cut with Demon Slasher. This is where, well, they say, no, how did I get defeated? This is where, well, everyone kind of, well, mostly that knight gets defeated. This is where a bishop sends a fireball at Issei. This is where Issei cuts it easily with the Demon Slasher. This is where, well, a rook rushes at him with, like, right now, blinding speed and trying to punch at Issei. This is where Issei catches the punch without a care in the world. He blocks it with 1 finger. He caught that shit like Aizen caught what's it called, Ichigo's blade. This is where, well, you also hear theme song, well, we'll see Aizen's theme song in the background playing. Yes, Issei is right now hearing Aizen's theme song. Mostly it's called Treachery, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei then pushes her away with a finger. And this is where he then puts 2 fingers together and swings at it. Well, swing at her. This is where he says, no sword style demonic slash, miniature slash. This is where, well, she then gets cut and right now disappears. Rook has been retired. This is where another rook tries to attack Issei. But this is where Issei right now sends a powerful kick into her kind of gut. Right now, knocking her out and also making her retire. This is where, well, the last knight rushes at him. And also the bishop then increases the knight's speed to try to cut at, well, Issei. Issei right now uses his, what's it called, Yamato sword. And this is where instead of being a bluish, like, jagged blade, it becomes an actual regular katana. True form of the Yamato. Yamato. This is where, well, Issei, he right now holds it really close to him. And this is where, well, he then swings it once. And this is where, well, he then kind of makes the Yamato disappears. This is where, well, it just like crumbles, but then just disappears into a bluish light. But yeah. This is where, well, the person that got slashed has multiple slashes around, and all you hear in the background, I am the storm that is approaching. No, I'm just kidding. Oh no, I still love that theme song. But this is where, well, she falls down to the ground, of course, having multiple slashes all around her body, being forced out. So, of course, this is where Grace of says all 8 pawns of Riser is, kind of forcibly out. 2 knights, 2 rooks, 1, she then was about to say 2 bishops were left alone, but that's where the 1 bishop got easily knocked the fuck out. 1 bishop is out. The remaining squad of Riser is his queen and his bishop. This is where, Riser gets angry. How can such a bastard like him just walk here without a care in the world? This is where, Riser appears down to the ground, and of course, this is where, he told his queen and, of course, Raffle to stay here, while Raffle tries to kind of protest against her brother from fighting him head on. Even his queen tries to say that they should all do it at once. This is where Riser's too stubborn and goes down there and says, "You wanna fight me, bastard?" He points his finger at Issei. Issei, with this empathic look, says, "The only reason why I'm fighting you right now is because how arrogant you are. I should put you in your place." This is where Riser says, "Huh? Me arrogant? Huh! You should already know that I won so many ratings." This is where Issei says, yeah. You won so many ratings, yet I managed to kick the shit out of your team. So what are you talking about? Here's where Riser says, "Well, if you let me finish, I mostly did all the work. That's how I won. You realize we Phoenix are immortals." This is where Issei says, "Immortals, you say? Immortals, you say? Immortals, you say?" Issei then cracks his evil grin, finally kind of showing this emotion, but instead of being happy or anything, it's just this dark, evilish smile that just gives everyone the chills. Even Yami. Yami says, "Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey Fletcher, how much do you really care about your son?" Fletcher looks at Yami, saying, "What the fuck is your son thinking about?" He's thinking about how much torture should he inflict on your son. Your son just said he's immortal. My son wants to torture him to the breaking point of death. This is where Fletcher looks at him with this palish look, and even Shin and Satoru kind of just looks at Yami with, "What the fuck?" This is where, Issei said, "Oh, you're immortal. Good. Then I can hurt you as much as I want without you dying. I don't need to hold punches, should I? I don't need to hold my power. I don't need to do anything." This is where, Riser looks at him right now, starting to say, "What are you talking about holding your power?" Issei says, "Oh, I've been holding a lot of my power." This is where he snaps his finger, and this is where, 10 wings appear behind Issei, but they're all devil wings. But the one thing that's surprising toward everyone, they're purely white. This is where, Issei's tail also appears being completely white, but a little bit the fur is white, so yeah. I swear, Issei says, "I don't need to hold back. I don't need to hold back at all. I can send all of my power towards you, and you can take it like a real man, can't you?" This is where Issei's grin is widening. His eyes are actually brightening up also. His crimson red eyes getting darker. His bluish eyes getting brighter. Right now, power is just exploding around Issei, crushing the ground, making everything bow down towards himself. Issei says, "I don't need to hold back. This is going to be fun." Issei's horns, I should mention, they're still there, and they did grow a little bit much more taller. I swear Issei says, yes. This is where, Riser gulps and realizes that this probably is a bad idea to even tell him that he was immortal. This is where he has a terrible feeling in his stomach. But at this moment, Riser fucked up. But we go into Riser about 30 minutes ago. Almost 30 minutes after him fucking up. Riser is right now on the ground, having multiple swords just jab into his stomach, but also into his arms, making him unable to move. This is where Issei is right now up in the air, sending swords raining down from the air. They're all purely white, creation. he says creation, hollow swords. This is where all these swords appear right now, sending down straight to the ground, stabbing upon Riser over and over after the swords disappear, torturing to him the max. Mentally, he tortured him mentally by kind of using a magic spell to make him illusions of just pure murder, pure death, pure betrayment, lots of things, breaking Riser's mind to absolute nothing. Issei doesn't care. He tortures his enemies. When he hears something so stupid and retarded that his enemies just tells Issei because they're so cocky. Issei can't handle himself. He just wants to hurt them so bad. He wants to torture them to the max. So what, man? Issei is right now up in the air saying, "So, Riser, can you handle all these swords?" This is where a magic attack actually went towards Issei. And of course, Issei right now swiped the, fireball away. This is where, Riser's queen appears, and this is where Raffle's saying, "I'm not letting you hurt my brother anymore." Issei said, "Stay where, stay the fuck out of our problems." This is where, Ravel right now gets pushed away with mana, just pure mana. And this is where, Riser's queen right now tries to put Phoenix Tears into Riser to kind of heal him. But this is where, she smashed to the ground with just pure mana right now, crushing her bones. Issei said, "What are you doing? I told you to stay away. Now you leave me no choice but to eliminate you. If I eliminate you here, that means Riser is saved from the pain, the suffering. But that's not the case." This is where, Issei was about to flicker in the head, but then changed his mind. Snap his fingers. Cage dimension. He says, sealment cage dimension sealment. This is where a cage around her appeared, right now sealing her away. Well, not sealing her away to be unable to battle, but just she isn't going to be able to break through this, cage. She's legit kind of stuck, and this cage is made out of the conventional depth, kind of mana. That's why that's what it's called. Issei says, "Struggle all you want. I'm back to hurting this man." Saying you're immortal, right? Then maybe you can survive these. That's where Issei's hand combusts into white flames. In the same time for your own little taste of fire. This is where Issei puts his hand right onto mostly his combusted white flame hand until, Riser right now burning him. This is where Riser is screaming right now, just telling Issei to stop. Just let him die. This is where Issei says, "Die? You say you are immortal. You can handle this, can't you? You said that you won so many games. That means this pain is absolutely nothing to you." This is where, the high-ranking devils who are from clan families, and also, any other high-ranking devil is just horrified at the fact that this kid is, one of the 72 pillars, fragments, and he is the fourth, clan that's missing, the Shiro clan. And they know that mostly the council is really scared of Yami Shiro. This is where, because of his evil intentions half the time. They're much more evil than a normal devil. It's like he doesn't care about his soul that much. It's like it's hollow most of the time. This is where, everyone that's kind of in that whole council group are just scared of Issei, because clearly Issei is basically someone not to be fucked with. Because Issei doesn't give a fuck if you're a high-ranking devil, some devil that controls the society, or anyone that just pisses him off. Issei will murder you. He has 10 devil wings, but they're not black, they're purely white. Because it looks, just unholy half the time. But yeah, the magic that Issei is giving out is a holy but yet demonic, so it's basically unholy power. This is where, Issei then grabs the car, Riser from the neck and saying, "You're going to die. I'm going to enjoy killing you." This is where Rabble actually appears saying, "Stop it. I'll do anything. Just please leave my brother alone. This is where, well, Issei says, anything. Then go away, Issei said with a cold-ass tone. This is where Riser, right? Well, not Riser. Rabble says, please, leave him alone. Issei says, leave him alone? Sure, I'll let go of him. This is where, well, Issei throws him to the ground. Riser is now forcibly unable to battle. This is where, well, he is then just kind of disappearing. But yeah, this is where, well, he kind of just appeared back into an infirmary. Right now, a bunch of people are trying to heal him. But yeah, this is where Rebel, she's horrified of Issei. But then again, she's feeling this different way about him. The white flames that are just around his, well, hand just makes her feel kind of warm. Those flames are so warm, so much more hotter than the flames of a phoenix. And he was able to hurt the phoenix powers by using his white flames. His power is on a different level from anyone. This is where, well, Issei then scoffs and was walking away until Raoul felt kind of butterflies into her stomach, saying, what is this? I feel sick. This is where Issei then snapped his fingers and the queen is now let go out of the dimensional gap cage. Meaning that, well, she really couldn't break out because it was made out of dimensional gap power. This is where, well, Issei just walks away. Right now, disappearing. But yeah, this is where, well, Gracie, well, mostly Gracie was about to say that Issei has won, but Sir Zack says Issei Shiro has won the battle. It seems a forced marriage between Riser Phoenix and Rhea Screamery is no longer a thing. Instead, two clans of Sona Citri and also Rhea Screamery are forced marriage into Issei Shiro. This is where no one really had complaints because holy fuck, he is powerful. But of course, Issei wasn't even at his full power. He was mostly showing off the 10 wings because he can easily kick the shit out of people. But he hasn't even shown Drake out yet. He would have done it, but he didn't want to show off his sacred gear just yet. He doesn't think it's a perfect moment. He really doesn't think. He will only show it when he fights against the White Dragon Emperor. But for right now, Issei is just walking away. Issei then appears next to, what's it called, his, well, not next to his father, just next to the others like Rias and Sona. This is where Issei says, done. Match is complete. This is where Rias looks at him with a different light, mostly blushing also. And of course, where's Sona also? Sona actually has a very sadistic side. And of course, she's actually falling in love with Issei more and more. When Issei just tortured what's it called, Riser to the max. Well, letting having any breaks. There were just so much torturing. And yet Sona is falling so much for Issei. A lot of people are falling for him. Because Issei, when he transformed into an actual, what's it called, into his true double form, instead of a kind of human half version looking form, it's, well, his true double form, he looks really, really good looking. But yeah, his skin gets a little bit paler than just a normal tan. But yeah, it's paler. That's just because of how his father looked like. His father has palish, well, basically just white skin and white hair. But yeah, this will work well. His hair is a little bit long also, but yeah, this will work well. Issei, he says, oh, was that an interesting battle? He says towards Rias and Sona. Sona says yes, and this is where, well, she was kind of drooling from her mouth, and this is where she kind of just wiped the drool from her kind of mouth, and this is where, well, Rias kind of looks at her, and this is where, well, she was shocked in how Sona replied so fast. And she did notice the drool. This is where Sona said, sorry about that. I meant to say, yeah, it's really good. This is where, well, she's feeling really heated up with the whole battle between Issei and Riser. This is where, well, Rias says, thank you again for getting me out of that marriage. Issei says, yeah. Well, now you can go marry whoever you like to. And don't say it's me, because I know you're bullshitting to yourself. This is where Rhea says, I'm not though. This is where, well, Issei says, sure you're not. This is where, well, she glares at Issei, but yeah. This is where Sona, right now, can't really keep her eyes off of Issei, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei doesn't have his demonic wings out right now because he just puts them back in. But of course his tail is kind of just moving around, but yeah. Now, of course, we go into mostly a time skip. While Yami is getting just bunches of cards of what's it called, Phoenix Tears from what's it called, mostly Flusher, because Flusher has been crying for the past couple of days, literally. And of course, this is where, well, he's saying, yeah, give me those fucking Phoenix Tears, you motherfucker. This is where, well, we go into, well, Riser, who his face is literally just burnt. His flames of his own Phoenix flames are literally unable to heal. Well, his what's it called burn. His like face is all fucked up and burned. Of course, he also can't use the Phoenix Tears because they literally can't do jack shit. White flames literally just burn his ass and unable to get rid of the what's it called 5th-degree burns that he has on his face. Yes, they're actually 5th-degree burns because the white flames are so powerful. They basically just stops any regeneration and any bullshit for trying to heal Riser. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei is right now kind of at the house right now taking a fucking nap. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here because after this, I gotta go record on my first channel 3 other what ifs, and maybe I can get to them, maybe I can't. But other than that, I'm gonna say see you guys and bye. But yeah.